Good evening. Welcome to Thai PBS English News Service. Tonight you're with me, Rungtip Chonapawai, and because of the ongoing controversy over the national reconciliation bills, the opposition insists that it will not vote on the charter amendment in the parliamentary meeting on Friday. The opposition has also submitted a proposal that Cabinet seek a royal decree to dissolve Parliament in an effort to avoid any further major conflicts. Democrat MPs led by Phirapan Sariratthawipap has submitted a letter asking Prime Minister Yingluck to push for a royal decree to dissolve the existing National Legislative Assembly, as they see that further attempts by the government to enable urgent parliamentary consideration of the reconciliation bills will lead to a national conflict. The requests from the opposition whip include the royal decree to dissolve the existing National Legislative Assembly, the postponement of any parliamentary meetings, and the withdrawal of the reconciliation bills, adding that the government should be giving priority to curbing the high cost of living problem instead. Furthermore, the opposition insists that they would not join the parliamentary consideration of the reconciliation bills. Meanwhile, the Pheu Thai party will hold a meeting to discuss the way to push forward the amendment of Section 291 of the Constitution, which relates to the process of charter amendment to clear the way for the Charter Drafting Assembly to draft the new Constitution. Meanwhile, Tun Sithi Somwong, leader of the Multicolored Shirts Group, an anti-government protest group, frees Police Major General Kamranwit Thupkachang, the newly appointed Metropolitan Police Commander, will employ rough measures when dealing with protesters. Yet, the new Bangkok top cop says negotiation will be his number one tool in dealing with protesters from any group. The Center for Economic and Business Forecasting projected that the renewed political unrest is taking its toll on consumer confidence. The Consumer Confidence Index for the month of May plummeted to its lowest point in 6 months. The center urged all parties to quickly resolve the tense situation, as it might lead to an economic slowdown. The Center for Economic and Business Forecasting reviewed results of last month's survey of consumer confidence. Consumer confidence slumped for the first time in 6 months to 77.1, lower than April's figure at 77.6. The main factor contributing to the drop in consumer confidence appears to be the ongoing political unrest following the introduction of 4 contentious reconciliation bills. This has led to upheaval both inside and outside Parliament. Thanawat Phonvichai, director of the Center for Economic and Business Forecasting, indicated that politicians and everyone who is involved must resolve this problem together to avoid further injuring the recovering economy. Otherwise, the situation would result in an economic downturn in the second quarter and on into the third quarter. This would rather further jeopardize economic planning and investment as well as the tourism industry. However, the center remains confident that the economy will continue to expand by 5.5 to 6% this year, but say that if the political situation worsens, the forecast might be affected. The ongoing political turmoil not only puts a heavy strain on consumer confidence, but also on the tourism industry. Earlier today, I had a chance to talk with the former president of the Association of Thai Travel Agents, who predicted that the tense situation could harm Thailand's image as a peaceful country, and that the projected number of tourist arrivals of 20 million this year will not be met. Here's more. So you think what are the risk factors that would affect the tourism industry for now in Thailand?
Okay, so mainly it's for the politics, of course. As you may know that now Thai people have been split to yellow shirt, to red shirt, to all kind of shirt, you see. And these people, they have different idea, especially the politic people itself. You see, as you may see, it's from the on the 30th of May, it's happened in Parliament House. You see, it never happened in Thailand before, right? So that picture is going out to make the people will look, what happened into Thailand. We used to be the peaceful country. We used to be the land of smile country. We have been lost all this kind of thing into our country. We are expecting the tourists will come this year at about 20 millions. But for me, myself, I feel that, okay, this will be happen. It could be, at most we can get, it's only about 18 millions.
The heavy rain continues to pour down over Chumphon and Ranong provinces, causing occasional flash flooding and local residents to evacuate to safe areas. Residents in Jubilee district of Ranong province have had to evacuate from their homes to safer ground due to 3 days of rain, which has caused severe flooding and damage to the property. Phechkasem Road, which leads to the south of Thailand, was completely blocked due to landslides, and police officers have had to rescue many families who were trapped in their homes. Meanwhile, Tha district of Chumphon province has also been facing flooding, and the level of flood water is expected to rise by 1 meter. Pinit Charan Panit, Chumphon governor, has ordered officers to help and rescue the flood victims as soon as possible, and to warn residents who live in the high-risk zones about landslides. He also advised fishermen to be careful while fishing during this period. More rain is expected in a few days. The Meteorological Department has warned of flash floods in Uttaradit, Sukhothai, Phetchabun, Jantaburi, Trat, Chumphon, Ranong and Phang Nga provinces. Every 5th of June is World Environment Day, as declared by the United Nations Environment Programme, to create awareness of environmental issues as well as to focus political attention and action. This year in Bangkok, green economy is the theme to educate people about how a green economy works, including production and consumption in environmentally friendly ways. Here's more from Kun Kankorn Raktham.
Nowadays, overpopulation, leading to inadequate amounts of natural resources, is the world's most significant long-term problem. As we cannot stop the consumption, the world is now seeking alternative ways to use natural resources effectively in an effort to salvage for future generations. World Environment Day is hosted every year by different cities with different themes, and this year's theme of Bangkok is Green Economy, which is an alternative vision to simultaneously promote sustainability and economic growth. Green economy is an ecological economics and economic development model based on sustainable development, which is now strongly favored by the European Union or EU. Furthermore, the EU and Thailand are working jointly on a sustainable consumption and production policy project aiming to create and implement appropriate and effective government policies for sustainability. This project is being supported in Thailand by an EU budget of approximately 80 million baht and will end by October in 2014. Witun Sima Chokdi, Permanent Secretary at the Industry Ministry, explains that there are 5 levels of green economy: green commitment, green activity, green system, green culture, and green working. He added that Thai exporters have to improve their production to be more environmentally friendly, as currently Europe is increasingly insisting on importing only green products. This means that if Thai exporters ignore this issue, their businesses will be negatively affected. Meanwhile, Head of Operations of the EU says that the main objective of a green economy is to prepare a better life for the next generation, and also revealed that the industrial sector has to take more interest in the green economy.
Mean that there is a lot more demand for clean cars, for clean technology, for clean electricity, and so the production of these goods, these items, is benefiting from an ever greater increase in market.
A green economy places priority to the use value and the product's quality, not on the exchange value or money and the product's quantity. Historically, the industrial and investment sectors mostly define success by profit without considering the environmental impact. So it is time for the green economy to play its role, and it starts with a change in behavior by everyone. การก่อรักธรรม Thai PBS.
The final day of the 4-day national party in the UK celebrating Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth's Diamond Jubilee is already well underway despite the late-night partying across the nation. Following last night's spectacular concert in front of Buckingham Palace, here's more with Hugh Adams.
Top musicians performed at the concert marking Queen Elizabeth II's 60th anniversary as monarch last night. 10,000 ticket holders, 2,000 VIPs, hundreds of thousands along the Mall, and millions worldwide enjoyed the star-studded concert in front of Buckingham Palace. The Queen arrived halfway through, despite the fact that her husband, Prince Philip, had been admitted to hospital with an infection. Other members of the royal family, including Prince Charles, Camilla, Prince William, Kate, and Prince Harry, were in the royal box with her. Singer Robbie Williams opened the concert with his song Let Me Entertain You. Later, Kylie Minogue, Paul McCartney, Stevie Wonder, and Grace Jones joined the stellar cast of performers. The band Madness, a UK favourite, sang their 1980s hit Our House on the rooftop of Buckingham Palace. Today, Queen Elizabeth II and the rest of her family, apart from hospitalised husband Prince Philip, arrived at London's St Paul's Cathedral for a church service marking her Diamond Jubilee. On Her Majesty's arrival at the church, she was met by the rest of the royal family, including her son Prince Charles, grandson Prince William, and his wife Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge. The Thanksgiving service in her honour was a more formal Jubilee celebration after last night's star-studded concert. The service will be followed by a carriage procession through the streets of London and an appearance on the balcony of Buckingham Palace. Hugh Adams, Thai PBS.
Thank you, Kun Hugh. And tomorrow morning will be another day when astronomy crazy Thais will rush to their telescopes to get a glimpse of a rare cosmic event as the Earth, Venus, and the Sun will line up for us to see. However, special equipment is required in order to see this phenomenon. From 5:49 a.m. to 11:49 a.m. tomorrow, scientists have calculated that the Sun, Venus, and the Earth will line up in a single row. This phenomenon will allow us to see Venus as a black dot sliding across the Sun's image. Special equipment and lenses will be needed to avoid injury to your eyes due to the brightness of the Sun. Looking directly at the Sun is extremely dangerous and will cause damage to the eyes or even permanent blindness. Thai PBS, together with the National Astronomical Research and Institute of Thailand, will tomorrow prepare proper equipment for the public to get hands-on and see the phenomenon from 6 a.m. till noon at Thai PBS headquarters on Vipavadi Rangsit Road. www.webtv.thaipbs.com will also carry a live broadcast of the event from Thai PBS. If you miss tomorrow's event, the next time you will be able to see this phenomenon is about 105 years from now. And this is the special equipment that we meant. And you could come to Thai PBS headquarters tomorrow starting from 6 a.m. until noon at the Vipavadi Rangsit Road, or check on our website. And that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS English News Service. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Rungtip Chonapalai. สวัสดีค่ะ